Today in this video, I'm going to go over what a stop loss and a trailing stop loss are. Thank you for joining me on another video all about making money. Specifically in this video, we are going to be talking about market orders. There is something called a limit order, which can also apply to stop losses and trailing stop losses, but we're going to save that for a different video. Right now, we're going to just keep it to the basics and focus on market orders. What is a stop loss? To put a stop loss on your investments simply means to set a price which you want to sell it at. Well, what does this mean? It means that if I buy a stock for, say, $50 and I watch it continuously rise, and let's say it's at $65, I can decide to put a stop loss order on it for $60, which means that it will continue to grow, but if it ever drops and falls to the point or past $60, it will instantly trigger and try to sell at 60 or anything below. Pretty simple. What is the downside of this? Well, just because you mark your trigger sell price at $60 doesn't actually mean it's going to sell for $60. It tells the system to sell at 60 or any price there below it. So unfortunately, if the stock is plummeting, it may sell for anything less than 60. That is the risk you take playing in the market, but stop loss orders are designed to help protect your assets. What is a trailing stop loss? These are pretty cool, and they work a little bit better if you aren't able to consistently watch your portfolio and adjust that stop loss order to protect some of the profit you might have made off of an investment. So imagine a trailing stop loss like this. Let's say you have a boat, and let's say you decide to hitch a floaty to it. Consider that your boat is your investment in that stock, and the floaty that you attach to it is your trailing stop loss marker. Now, how long the rope is between the boat and the floaty is the percentage. Your boat will keep going up in the market, and your stop loss, your floaty, will follow behind it. And if you've set it at a 10% trail, it'll follow it, and you have a margin of 10% to kind of go up and down and up and down. And let's say the boat, maybe it falls to like 8%, so this little floaty almost gets triggered, but it doesn't, and then it keeps going up. And then let's say it does, and it falls below 10%. Well, your little floaty's gonna sell. Does that make sense? Basically, your trailing stop loss, you set it at whatever percentage or dollar amount you want. You can also set it at a specific dollar amount. If you buy a stock for $50 and you set a trailing stop loss on it for $5, it means that as this thing goes up, if it ever loses more than $5 in value, your floaty will trigger, so to speak. This is a pretty cool way to protect any profit that you might have made. I'll use an example from my own life. I bought some shares in a company when it had an initial price offering, which is IPO, and I bought it at $10. 6 months later, that stock is now trading at $25, which is pretty awesome profit margin that I've already made. So I set a trailing stop loss on it for 15%, meaning that if that stock ever goes down in value by 15% based on what it is at its highest, it will automatically sell, and not only have I protected my principal, but I've also protected some of the profit that I've made, which is totally awesome. So this all sounds pretty cool, right? Well, sometimes things can happen and things can get triggered before you actually really wanted to sell. So I'll use another example from my life, which is my husband's obsession with Peloton stock. When Peloton launched on the stock market, it was, I believe, about $25 a share. So my husband went in and bought quite a few shares and set a trailing stop loss on that. And then, because it was a brand new company and it's gonna be a little bumpy, his sale point got triggered just about a few weeks in, which bummed him out because by the time he was able to go and buy back in, their stock had already shot back up. Now, he still made a profit because, again, it's a trailing stop loss. However, he wasn't quite ready to sell the stock by the time it was triggered. It just happens. That's kind of it. Those are the basic rundown of what a stop loss and a trailing stop loss is. There is more to this though. There are limit orders, stop limit orders, all those kinds of things. So if you're interested in this and it spikes your fancy at all, I encourage you to check out other videos here on YouTube, and also stay tuned because I will be explaining that a little bit more in the future. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel where I talk all about how to make things, costumes, wigs, performances, mermaid tails, and that includes making money. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe to my channel if you like money and wigs and fashion.